Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Big Brigade. I almost said Hair Brigade. Yeah, it's Podcaster Spirit Week, and today is Crazy Hair Day. So this is what you get. Well, when I last minute decide what to do with Crazy Hair Day, this is didn't comb my hair. And found a ribbon that was tied around a bag of something and tied it around a chunk of my hair, and then I put some little butterfly clips that I have and put them in here, and yeah, this is what you get when I don't comb my hair and I put a bunch of crazy stuff in it. Crazy hair, this is it. Enjoy, because this is not something I'm normally comfortable with. Is not combing my hair. I'm not very comfortable with letting anyone see that. My hair has been my only source of vanity for as long as I can remember. I know when I was a kid and I had really long, very long blonde hair. I grew up with blonde hair like my kids, naturally blonde headed, and I had really light yellow blonde hair growing up, and yeah, and it was really long. My mom would let us grow it. Well, she started this at some point. I forget how old we were when she started doing this. But in the colder months, she would let us grow it out. And then when summer would hit, she would whack it off. She would have our hair cut short. And I forget what year it was that she decided to start doing that. But I blame it on my sister, because my sister didn't want to comb her hair. And my sister has like this hair, or at least she did when we were kids, this hair that's so thick you can't get your fingers through it. And so when you don't want to comb that, it becomes a pain in the butt for anybody else that has to comb it. So yeah, so anything bad that we were dealt with when we were kids was usually attributed to my younger sister because of something she didn't want to do. Especially, I don't know, she was a trip. And all these years later, she's still a trip. I put out a video at 2 something this morning, almost 3 o'clock this morning, showing the dogs. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was a last minute thing when I saw Axel's poor booty hanging off the couch like that. Poor baby. But Theo is such a bully. And he's laying on my bed across from me right now, and I just happened to look down on him, and he opened his eyes when I said that. Huh, bully. That's really what I call him too, bully. His name's Theodore. He's got a little silver tag around his neck that says Theodore, but his nickname is Bully. Because he is a bully. He will bully you into things. But I love him so much. It doesn't matter to me. I let him be the bully. And then he comes around here for some love. Get his eyes cleaned out. What are you going to do, huh? What are you going to do but love him? My sweet boy. I did put some of my new yarn back here. I don't know if y'all can. I put the yarn Cindy sent me right here. And then I sent the yarn from Mary Beth. There's some right here, and there's some over here. I put it where I could see it and get to it. But I hadn't done much of anything. I've been working on this again. This to be determined. Um, but I figured I'd bring it out and chat with y'all. And I wonder what TV shows y'all watch. I tend to um, watch a lot of um law enforcement type shows. I like. Do y'all watch Rookie with Nathan Fillion in it? I like that show. Let's see if I can sit back here and move this back up here a little bit. There we go. Nathan Fillion. He used to do that show. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. I can't remember the name of the show he used to do. Where he was a writer and she was a cop. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of that. Anyway, but he's been doing this one for, this is I think in their 4th season now for Rookie, and he actually, this is his show that he produces, and his brainchild is Rookie. And if you haven't watched the show, it centers around his main character, who at 40 years old decided he wanted to become a cop after going through a bad divorce and having to close his construction business. He was a builder, a construction person. I forget what state he moved from to Los Angeles, and just moved from, I want to say like Pennsylvania or someplace, to Los Angeles, and ended up I think the reason why the premise of the story is the reason why he moved to Los Angeles is because it was the only place he could get into the police academy at his age. So so he goes and he joins the police academy, and he's the oldest rookie, and they really put him through his paces. And but he proves himself, and proves himself invaluable. His life experiences, his ability to negotiate and talk people down, and his critical thinking, and everything just really, he wins people over really easily. And of course he's really ruggedly handsome, so that doesn't hurt. I like ruggedly handsome. I don't like shiny handsome. I like ruggedly handsome. I like, they look like they've seen a hard day's work handsome. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a really good show. Really good show. If you like law enforcement shows, if you've had bad experience with law enforcement, I understand. I know not everybody's had good experiences with law enforcement, and maybe that might not be your cup of tea. But I happen to really, in my younger years, before I messed up my ankle, and before some stuff happened to me, I had really dreamed of being a police officer, and didn't get to do that. So I always, really, love watching police type shows. So I tend to gravitate toward police type shows. But I really like The Rookie, and I do watch a lot of British type shows. There's stuff on BritBox that I like to watch, and I'm trying to think of this show that they just came back on. Why can't I remember the name of that show? If y'all have BritBox, y'all probably know, because it's right there on the landing page. But it's in its, I want to say, 7th season. And I can't remember the show to save my life. Can't remember the name. Oh Lord, I'll get back to y'all on that. But it's a it's actually, it's not British. It's Scottish. It's based in Scotland, and it's another good one. Um, oh, I cannot remember the name. Heart says. Nope, it's just not coming to me. It's just not coming to me at all. It's just not. But one of my favorite British TV shows that ran for 25 seasons, y'all, 25 seasons, was Silent Witness, and it's like a forensic. It's kind of like British CSI, sort of. Not exactly, but sort of. It's kind of like British CSI, but it's called Silent Witness. And man, that was that one, that especially the 25th season, that kept you guessing right to the very end. I really thought that the main character, the founding character of the entire show, I really thought she had gone off the rails, but it was really good. I mean, they really had you thinking there at the, them writers, they are really, really good. I really enjoyed that Silent Witness. That, I tell you, out of all the British shows that I have watched, and I have watched them since I was a kid, I have watched British TV first through PBS as I was a kid, because, PBS is really what got me started watching British TV shows. And it was comic shows, it was funny stuff when I was a kid, because they had funny TV shows. I don't remember what exactly they had, but it was funny stuff. It was comedian type stuff, and stuff that was really funny. And I couldn't tell you now what the names of it was, but I know that I watched stuff that was really, funny stuff, not cop shows like I do now, but I've always, been into that kind of thing. But Silent Witness probably is my absolutely all-time favorite of all the British shows, as far as crime dramas that I've watched. It's probably my favorite. And I watch British stuff, and Australian TV shows are good too. Australian shows, they have some in New Zealand that are really good. But the best streaming apps to go to for that sort of thing is BritBox and Acorn TV. They use, I think I pay $6.99 a month for both of those. BritBox might be more, but not much more. Maybe like less than $1 more now. But it's worth it to me, because you get, because Acorn TV has not only British stuff, but they have Italian stuff. They have sometimes they have French stuff on there. They have stuff from Denmark. They have Dutch stuff, and they have subtitles, of course. And sometimes I don't mind watching subtitled stuff, but sometimes I'm not watching subtitled stuff. If they're not speaking English, I'm not watching it. I have to really be in the mood for subtitled shows, but occasionally I'll watch it if it's Dutch. I'll watch it if it's in Dutch. I'll watch it because I like the Dutch. I'll watch Swedish stuff. Like those movies that came out many years ago, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and the trilogy of those movies, that they first came out, and they were in Swedish, and they had subtitles. I actually like the original. I mean, they're a bit crude, and they're a lot more edgy than the American version. But the original versions of those movies are, to me, better than the Americanized version. They're more genuine, um, because of, I just think that they're probably a little bit better than the American version. Um, because they're probably more true to the book. Because they're straight from a series of books. Uh, they're not, based on any facts or anything like that. It's pure fiction, which is good. But they really make you think that it's, I'm sure that when the author wrote those books, they were inspired by something that, but it's pure fiction. Thank goodness, but it is pure fiction. But it's very involved. I'll put it that way. If you haven't seen it, you should check them out. But the Swedish version of those movies are, to me, there's more in depth to the storyline. I mean, the American version's pretty good, but they really don't get into the story behind everything good enough. There's just not enough detail in the storyline for me as there is with the Swedish version. With the Swedish version, you really know the background of everything. You really just know more. And it just makes it, and it makes everything come together for you. It makes things make sense. And the American version, you're left going, what? And the Swedish version, you already know, it comes together for you in the end. And you're going, oh, and then it kind of all clicks. But in the American version, you're going, what? And nothing makes as good a sense as it does in the Swedish version, in my personal opinion. So if you're okay with reading subtitles, then I would recommend watching the original Swedish versions of those movies. Should you be into thrillers and, movies about serial killers and stuff like that. Because that's essentially what it is. The first version of the girl with the dragon tattoo, that's essentially what the first movie is about a serial killer. So, and I think it's probably the most well done movie about something like that you can find. I know our movies are pretty good over here, but that movie's really well done. If you can handle the content, then, because parental advisories and all that, beware, but it's really well done. The acting is top notch. Although I think that the main actor in that movie has since passed away. But it's really good. It's really good. I enjoyed it because, well, I like that sort of thing. But I'm I'm a little weird sometimes. So I mean, despite my faith in God and that sort of thing, I do find that sort of thing interesting. So and to know that it's, fiction is the thing to keep in your mind, is to remember that you're watching fiction. So this is something that someone has created. That's something that you should keep in mind when you watch something like that, is remember this is fiction. Unfortunately, do these things happen? Is this plausible? Could this have possibly happened? Unfortunately, yes. But this in this instance, it is fiction. So, but I do like those type movies. I also like. I know that I have to, with the way my mind works and the way my empathy works, empathic feelings work. I have to balance movies like that and dramas and things like that with happy things. So occasionally I'll go and watch, get on Disney Plus and watch and click on Nat Geo, because that's the only reason why I even have Disney Plus, is because it has Nat Geo, National Geographic Wild, because that's the only way I can get to Dr. Pol. the Incredible Dr. Pol shows and the Cesar Milan shows, where, the Dog Whisperer shows. He has many different shows, but I like Cesar Milan and his shows. And I try to balance, dramatic shows like that with animal shows and uplifting shows. I have to kind of find happy balances, or else I end up, in a not so good mental headspace. Not that I believe any of that stuff is real, but for some reason, because I am somewhat of an empath, I will unfortunately take some of that on, and it will mess with my head a bit. So I have to be careful of that. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that struggles with that sort of thing. But anyway, I don't know what kind of shows y'all watch. I would be interesting if y'all would maybe leave some of that in the comments today and share with me what kind of TV shows y'all watch. I'd be interested to get a TV shows, movies, whatever. If y'all, I know some people don't even watch TV, which, is fine. I mean, if you don't watch TV, that's cool. It's not everybody's cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of Mountain Dew. Let's talk about Mountain Dew. Oh my goodness. Me and Johnny last night went to the store. We went to Walmart. I was able to get a riding cart because we went late, because Will came home and we talked for long. By the time he came home, I was ready to go to the store, but of course he wanted to talk, and I didn't want to miss time being able to spend time with him. So I sat and talked to him for 2 hours. Yeah. And prime time going to the store time. But anyway, so we're talking, and he's gonna be half here and half over there with his girlfriend. That was to be expected, right? So I'm sort of losing him a little bit, but oh well. Better him to be over there and happy than here and not happy. But anyhow, so we finally get to the store, and I get a riding cart because it's late, and we get to the Mountain Dew aisle, and these jokers want $11.50 for a case of Mountain Dew and Johnny's Pepsi, cherry Pepsi. Me and him looked at each other and said, "Not today. We're not paying that today." We looked for the generic of those drinks, because they usually have like Walmart's version of Mountain Dew, the Mountain Lightning, they call it. Mountain Lightning. There is a such thing as White Lightning, which is what some people have referred to as moonshine. That is what some people call moonshine. They call it White Lightning. Wonder what they call Mountain Lightning. Anyway, that's what they call their generic Mountain Dew. But they didn't have any in cans. All they had was it at 2 liters. So me and Johnny got 2 liters apiece of our drinks, and Rita said, "You know what? We will go somewhere else and try to get it cheaper, because I'm not paying almost $12 for my drinks. Just not gonna do it. I will figure something else out." That is just highway robbery. It's just highway robbery. What do y'all think? Because that is, to me, I mean, is that because of the storm? Is that because of Hurricane Ian that they're doing that? Because last time we went in there, it was $2 cheaper. They went up $2 in the last couple of weeks. $2 in 2 weeks. I mean, really? I mean, what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on? What in the world is going on with these people? I mean, really? So, needless to say, no Mountain Dew was gone. We got some mountain lightning. Not moonshine. Can you imagine me on moonshine? That's a scary concept. That's a scary, scary concept. Oh, anyway, this is getting pretty long, so I reckon I should let y'all go. But crazy hair and all on National Podcaster Spirit Day. I don't know about tomorrow though. I have to look and see what's on the docket for tomorrow. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. I do love you. God bless you. Remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.